AskReddit. What is surprisingly still legal in 2019? According to this source, in Calgary, if released from prison, it is required that you are given a handgun with bullets and a horse, so you can ride out of town. I understand that shouldn't be a thing, but that is kinda badass. I imagine there was a time where, if you didn't have those things, your chances of ending up dead or back in prison were pretty high, or they just wanted recently released prisoners out of town. The big shiny download button, which is really not the download button, and when clicked, takes you to this page, which claims that my Mac has been infected by a virus and now I need to download their software to save it. Always gotta hover your mouse over all 6 download buttons to check the URLs. It's so annoying. From my experience, the real download button is almost always the least flashy one. Telemarketing. On top of political, I got on some list and get 25/week asking if I want to sell my house. GRRR. For real. Telemarketing was absolutely out of control in the late 90s. Then they introduced the no-call lists, which helped but didn't solve the problem. Then people switched to cell phones and ditched landlines, and for a while I thought the problem was pretty much solved. Now I get like a dozen scam-likely calls a day and the FCC doesn't do shit about it. I've cut down a lot of these by blocking numbers as they come in. Hasn't solved the problem obviously, since they are always new or fudged, but I'd say in 5 years of blocking they've gone down by 90%. I also answer as a business. It seems to scare them off a little. Civil forfeiture, in which the government can take your assets if you're just suspected of a crime, under the pretense that said assets were related to the crime. Charges may never be filed, but the assets may be kept. If you can't definitively prove that the assets were not involved in any crime, you essentially have to prove your assets' innocence in order to get them back. Guilty until proven innocent. Alright, you're innocent, but your shit is guilty AF. The argument is literally we're taking legal action against your stuff. Your stuff doesn't have constitutional protections like people do. I know it says 2019, but Sweden just recently, 2016, made identity theft illegal. No joke. And in Sweden everyone's SSN, essentially the equivalent of SSN at least, is public information. Usually you just aren't interesting enough for someone to make a lookup on you to find out your SSN. Edit. As someone else pointed out below, we don't have the same type of system lol the US. We use YIMD XXXX, where the Zs are unique to you and your DOB. It isn't quite the same, but the impact is essentially the same. As far as I'm aware, your tax information is also public in Sweden. Legit. Any Swedish national can go look at the tax information of another. My wife got invited to one of these presentations. It came with a free breakfast bar. We both know it's BS, but I was jealous that I couldn't go for the entertainment since I had work. She was updating me the whole time. Took over 1 hour and 45 minutes until they mentioned the product. Some sort of aloe vera drink that is miraculous. Even sillier since it grows wildly around here everywhere. Had a roommate that was selling Monavie. That shit was like $40 or $50 a bottle. They were touting how it had all these juice superfoods and that's why it was so expensive. I did some searching and found you could end up with about the same variety of superfoods if you bought 3 different flavors of naked juice. Now, granted, the naked juices were $10/EA, so you'd been in $30. But you also now had 3x more juice for like $10-15 less. Hey babe, want to make $24,999,999 an hour doing absolutely nothing from home? All you have to do is fling our shitty products all over your friends' Facebook pages and spam them endlessly until they give in. Boss babe. It's the misplaced $sign that really sells it. You've reached the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. For more content please subscribe.